What does a tween coach mean? What is a tween? We know of teenagers, we know of children, we know of infants. What do you understand by tween?
Yes, we always concentrate in toddlers and teens. We just skip one stage of kids, that is tween. Between toddlers and teen, they are called as tweens. Okay, that is where when kids are developing their emotional regulation, that is the most missed out region where we don't concentrate at all. That is resulting in major setbacks in life. So
Okay.
I am here to touch those points and make a nourishment in that area of kids' life.
Lovely. So, to everyone who's joining in, today we have a tween coach with us. If you are a parent to a child who's between toddler to a teenager, if your child is in between that age, then this session would be relevant for you. If you know any parent who's between toddler to teenage, where we call them as tween age, please share this with them. Again, as usual, there are a lot of giveaways which will be happening on today's live, to the most active person, to the person who's inviting most people to the live, and not just that, someone who's joining in now and who's going to stay till the end. There are a lot of prizes which we are going to give out, so make sure you're tuned in. So today with us we have Aruna Jayashri, who is a tween age coach, and she's also a psychologist by passion, and also she got herself certified in this field only because of her passion. So over to you, Aruna. So can you tell us about yourself? Why did you choose this profession? What is it that inspired you to take this up?
Yes, because one major decision was like I was working as an assistant professor. As usual, BE was a normal degree for everyone in this generation, like in my generation. So I completed BE, then I did my master's in engineering, then I was working as an assistant professor for about 7 years. I was taking class, so I was handling class for about 8,000 adolescents, like in this 7 years of span. So I got connected with the students community so much, and I was able to feel that they were in emotional turbulence. They don't know like how they have to handle themselves better, and they don't know that they were in a problem. Okay, the awareness was lacking, and they don't know where to vent out. They don't have any space. So at this point, I was acting as a counselor for the teachers. And all the teachers, all the faculty will be allotted with 10 to 15 students. I mean, we just have to ask them what is your issue, why are you not academically performing well, all these things. So when we were asking all these things, some students came out with most very critical cases of their family backgrounds and everything. So we discussed more that. When this got sorted out, the kids started performing. The students, no, they were started performing well in their academics too. So that is the point where I thought that more than engineering, students require this emotional hand holding period of life. Like they need this in their part of life, because two parents, they are not able to open up because they have a mind block, all those things. Then I thought I should do this psychology in depth. I don't know what was it. I had a vague idea, but I didn't know much. So I decided to do a proper like with a degree I need to go in deep. Then I did my psychology, then I did my diploma in child psychology with adolescent kind of nature. Like child, when they are growing up, what will happen when an adolescent going into their adult, how their emotions will travel, all these things I was studying. Then I came to a conclusion that the perfect knot which needs to be connected was tween. Okay, before this teen, we need to regulate this tween. Tween is the age between 6 to 12. So, yeah, that is the point I am standing now. I am taking a decision that I need to meet out and reach out many parents as much as possible and psychoeducate them rather than giving counseling to the students or kids who is affected by some kind of issues. Even before that, I want to make a point to make them more educated much before everything happens. It's like a prevention than cure. Yeah.
Right. But in India, do you think, Aruna, that when there is no problem, do parents
Hmm.
consult any of the experts? Usually
No,
most people go to the experts only after a problem starts. Even then, I've seen a lot of people hesitate.
ma'am.
To everyone who's joining on the live, please go ahead and type what is the age of your kids. Go ahead and type in the chat box what age are your kids. Today, we are going to have a psychologist who specialized in kids between the age of 6 to 12 years. So, how do you think you are addressing this challenge where, without any problem, parents do not consult any
Yes.
psychologist, right?
Yeah.
Even with problem, also there is a lot of hesitation for people to consult. So, can you explain what is psycho education and what should parents be aware of with respect to kids' psychological and what are the stages of that? If you can explain.
Yes, ma'am. This is one good platform that I can address most of the parents, and this will be very useful for them because parenting is something we are not taking into much of a concern because we feel that whatever we do is the best parenting. We comfort the kid in such a way we feel. It is not the exact way what they want. Okay, but there is a gap between what we are giving them and what they want. The gap is because of lack of psychoeducation. I feel this as a very strong point because the generation swift is changing, like it is swiftly changing, like very drastically it is moving from one point to other point. Like digital world is booming up like something, so you cannot hold a child without any distraction in any of these. Rather than we can make them emotionally intelligent, not to choose or get into the habit of addiction. So only thing is you cannot pull away the phone from them. You can regulate them by telling that it is not good. Try not to choose that because you have so and so effects. The kids should be in such a way that they should understand what we are communicating. Okay, they should be tuned in such a way that communication is reaching them. It is typically tuning. You need to tune the when you start broadcasting, you will have a kind of frequency. Like if you say Suryan FM, it is having 93.5. So if you want to listen to Suryan FM, you have to tune to 93.5. Then only you'll be able to. Similar way, kids should be tuned to a particular frequency, and then only you can broadcast them. Then only be able to listen what we are telling. So that
Absolutely.
tuning will be possible only through psychoeducation for parents. Uh, in short, if I want to tell what about the psychological changes, like first stage, the uh, toddler stage, tween, and teen. These are the three different stages we say. First stage, everything will happen for physical changes. Like they grow, they eat, like all the kind of locomotive powers, they move around. All those things happen until 5 or 6. Next is socio-emotional impact. That is when they are entering their tween age, where they are getting exposed to their peer group, to the friends, to all kind of like external. They play out and they get connected to more of third person than being. So, and this is the environment which we are giving. And internally, psychologically, they are developing their emotions at this stage only correctly. At the when they are getting exposed to the external world, that is the point where they are developing their psychological, emotional points also. So when these two are happening at the same time, they don't know how to deal with it. Okay, so when they are not knowing how to deal with it, we as a parent, we need to know these are the emotions they are growing, like a kind of friendshipness or happiness, when they are feeling or exposing some kind of emotions, it should be validated. So that validation part should be from the parents. So when they lack that, it is unaddressed and it is formed as a fixation forever in life. So psychological aspects of a growth in a kid must be known to every parent so that they can handle much more easier and better. That is the true feel that I want to convey, because psychologically they need to know, like, see, my son or daughter is going through this phase to them, they will feel this kind of emotions, so I need to react like this or respond like this. I need to handhold them during this stages of life. This is how they will feel. We need to accept ourselves, we need to acknowledge their feelings, we need to validate their feelings. So all these comes only when we are psychoeducated. So I feel psychoeducation is very important for parents.
Right. So when we talk about molding,
Hmm.
right, molding
Hmm.
at the right age helps them a stress-free life,
Hmm.
right? How can we mold them as parents? How do we identify that something is off? And how can we mold them at the right age? And what is that impact of it as grown-up adults?
Okay, so we call this as a fixation when some kind of psychological growth is stopped. Okay, like psychological growth in the sense we call it as lipido. The lipido is something that, see, for toddlers, when they are in there for 1 or 2 years, no, they used to, like, they like to suck, they like to sip all those things, they have this feeding, all those things, they take all the things and keep it in their mouth, all those things are called as lipido. Okay, so when we are connecting some kind of interest and at a particular stage, that is called as lipido. This lipido will change for every stage. For 1 to 2, it is sucking and all those things. Then when they are coming to 2 to 6, they want to move around. They just roam around. They want to use their locomotive powers and everything, hit all those things they want to do. They want to root, they won't sit in a space. When they are hitting their 5 and 6, they want to explore the world. What is this? What is that? All those questions will come. So all these lipidos must be addressed by us to them. If they are undergoing any kind of fixation in the sense when we skip, when we leave it unaddressed. Okay, like for example, if I want to say, parents are having some kind of personal issues with them, they are having their personal issues, and the kid is in the house. This kid's personal emotions are not validated because the parents have their own issues. They just feed the kid, they put them to sleep, feed the kid, put them to sleep, give like their entertainment and everything, but not communicating. No, when they stop communicating at some particular point of time, they feel insecure and they feel they are left out. This feeling, no, this is a fixation. This is called as a fixation. And when they grow up, they don't open up to anyone, they stop talking. So these kind of kids will develop as introvert kids. They won't be able to express their emotions. They won't have the guts to tell what they are feeling inside, because they will sense a fear from parents. See, when parents are talking loudly in higher pitch, or if something is abnormal in the house, they don't know how to react. They just keep calm, they just go to sleep, all those things. But emotionally they are undergoing such a big storm within them, they're not able to understand what is happening. So these are called as fixations, and this, when grown into a adult, this kind of thoughts, no, this will be deeply enrooted to their subconscious level. So they will not have a attraction towards the opposite gender. Some kids are like, they don't want father or mother or someone, because they develop a kind of hatred. So all these things will happen within the age of 15. So first 15 years is the complete project of a parent. After 15, whatever you tell, no, then they won't be able to get what you're telling, because the peer influence is much more bigger than the parents' influence. So before that itself, parents should be very much aware, and they should regulate the kids' emotions and the decision making skills and everything, taking things sportively. Everything should happen within this 15. So within this 15, if the parenting is done in a wonderful way, like knowing all these psychological things, when you're handling it perfectly, everything will be in line when they are able to face their adult. So even this point, they are able to live a peaceful life, like when they know how to handle their emotions. The same is happening with current generation, IT generation. Like everyone is kind of stressed, they don't know how to handle. The point is there.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So
So, what are some of the common challenges you have observed
hmm.
among queens if they're not regulated well?
If they're not regulated well, yes, we are seeing the current generation, no, like all the people who are working in IT, like IT field, because according to me, I'm telling it with my own experience from my peer group. Most of my friends are working in IT, so everyone know they do so much of work, but they do not get the credit or something that is taken away by someone, and they don't know how to handle that pressure. That pressure is top of their head. They don't know how to deal with it, and they are not able to like take it easily when they are over responsible. Okay, even when they are doing a work which is not allotted to them, just to impress a manager, they to take it to a one step higher level. Then that becomes a practice for the management. So everyone is using our psychological trap, and then only they are giving this work. So current generation is facing all these stress, anxiety, and everything because of IT job, they say. I would say that it is all because of us. We don't know how to handle our emotions. We don't know how to set boundaries. No, this is my work. I have completed my work. If you want me to work for more time, you need to pay me more. All these things, unless and until we ask, no one is going to give. You have to
Right.
work for 12 hours when you are getting paid only for 8 hours. We are willing to work for 12 hours. Why? Because my friend is also working for 12 hours. And when it is a competition, I have to win, not my friend. So I'm okay to fight within my friends group, not with my emotions. I take my emotions as a granted one. I don't take my health as a very important one. I take it as granted. I work for how many hours you want. I'm okay with everything. Then, over a period of time, I develop stress.
Got it.
So, this is how we
So,
are.
how do you tailor your counseling approach to effectively support either teenagers or parents who have been affected during teenage?
It is the first session. This is how I handle my sessions, like a complete session plan. No, I used to do this. First 5 sessions, 5 to 6 sessions, I will give like psychoeducation only. Psychoeducation in the sense, I used to analyze their personal life, the mother and father, what kind of setbacks they have come from. Like we, everyone will have some kind of traumas or setbacks, or our environment, everything. Even our mother and father were like literally not having the psychoeducation, so they would have also committed some kind of mistakes for us. And that is the point where we would have registered that I shouldn't do the same to my kid. So we do it in such a way that we don't give the same kind of feel to our kids. That is where the kid is getting stuck. We are trying to balance our negative emotions as their positive emotions. See, I didn't get proper food, proper education, proper thing in my life. So you have everything. So when you give surplus to some kid, they don't know how to handle it. So when you give money in abundance to them, they don't know how to handle it. They ask a question: why I need to study, why I need to work, for what I should do. You are doing everything for money, then I'm having the money, why I should do? they ask a question in such a way that you're not able to answer. So these are the biggest thing I feel.
Okay. So, any tools that you would recommend to parents to handle this situation?
Tools in the sense, like first one, simple tools only, because psychologically I cannot explain those things, because everything is very deep study. But I would say simple techniques like creating empathy for the kid when they are not able to cope up with something. Just relax for that moment, leave them alone. After 15 to 20 minutes, get closer to them, ask them what happened. First thing is we should be like non-judgmental. Why before asking them what is the issue, we need to have a mindset that I'm going to listen to him or her in a non-judgmental way. So when I'm going to listen to them, I should get it in a way that my kid didn't do a mistake or that kid did a mistake. All those judgmental thoughts should be away. This is one thing. Then when you give this space, when you express a feeling with this kind of mindset, the kids will feel more closer to you. The space between the kid and the parent will reduce by doing this. When this space is reducing, the kids start sharing everything what they feel. So you'll be able to enter their world. Okay, so when you are entering their world, we will be able to navigate them and make them decide which is right. We shouldn't instruct them what is right, what is wrong. That may be right for us, right for or wrong for us, anything. But the kid, no, they are getting attached to one person, like their peer group. If you tell don't go and have a gel with this guy or all those things, no, they create a isolation with parents only, not with that fellow. Okay, this is one setback. So we need to like go into their world, hold their hand, take them with us. So one thing is empathy. Without non-judgmental views, we need to approach them. So this is one biggest tool which brings mother, father, and kid, everyone in a bonded stage. So this is
Got it.
one, yeah, one major thing. I work with every tool.
Got it. So, what are your goals and aspirations for Nalal Psych Hub in the coming years?
Yes, in the coming years, I'm going to launch my courses for all the three stages, like toddlers, the psychological thing, how they need to prepare, and for tweens, why tween is very important, and how to change your parenting techniques when they are changing to teen. Sorry, from tween to teen. When kids are changing, the parenting techniques must also change from tween to teen, because tween they need your support, teen they want to feel this independence, autonomy. So completely your parenting technique must be ulta, 100% ulta. So that's where parents get confused. You were not like this before. All those lines are the outcome of all those things. You need to change as kids are changing. That changing point you need to understand, and that is where I help through psychoeducation. When your kids start behaving like this, give them the space. It is normal to happen. Don't feel bad about it. All those kind of psychoeducation, I want to put it in a course. And uh, in the next level, if the parent needs more kind of assistance, if they feel the kid is kind of fixated in some kind of point, then if they want, they can take a one-to-one from me. That's all. So
Got it.
psychoeducation and one-to-one, this is how I'm planning. And I'm also
Beautiful.
going to schools and colleges for guest lectures and everything, meeting teens and tweens, all those aspects I'm doing.
Wonderful. So, in your
Yeah.
experience, before we end, what has been one very powerful success story that you have had, and what is some memorable
Yeah.
experience that you can share with us?
Yes, I had one client in US. He was it was 8. The parent came up with a problem that his son, no, he was spitting in his t-shirt. So that was the biggest breakthrough for me, because when I heard this, it was so very new for me. Then I started researching why he is doing all those things. Then I started talking with him. Then I built a rapport with him. It took like 2 sessions to build rapport with him. Then only he started opening up everything with me. Then I used to play with him for some time. Then only he will open up. So I used to be like very patient until he is opening up. Then I was able to know what is happening within him. Whenever he is having a kind of fear, whenever he sees spiders or lizards or something, he is developing a kind of fear sense, and with that, as a result, saliva is getting generated, like it is accumulating in his mouth, and he don't want to have this because of aversion feel only that is coming into him. So he used to spit it. So this was the main thing. But from the parent point of view, it is like he's always spitting, don't do this, don't do that, because they see it as a very different thing, no, like he's not at all normal, why is he doing that? So when I started asking him each and every move of him, he was like telling me everything, and I taught him about CBT, like cognitive behavioral therapy. I explained him the complete therapy, and the best part was he was able to understand everything. Whenever he got this kind of fear, he used to implement what. So he used to send voice message. I got this kind of feel today. I thought I diverted my thought, and the saliva got secretion got reduced. So I am much more better than before. All
Wow.
these things he used to give me through voice message, and that is the loveliest thing I have ever felt through my profession in 2 years. So now I get a message from him. What are you doing? How are you doing? He used to play chess with me like half an hour or 15 minutes. Because all these things, no, he has become a family to me now. So yeah, he feels that I am his emotional support. Yeah, this is my one biggest breakthrough in my journey of psychologist.
That's really powerful breakthrough that you had. So
Yeah.
this would be the last thing with which we're going to end the call. If you can go ahead and tell people any strong message that you want to convey and end the call, it would be really nice.
Yeah, the best part is in a life, it is both for parent and the kid. Parent can analyze themselves. What are the moments they were taking decision? The decision was influential or not? If it is influential, then how was the result? All these things parents must think in their life itself. Then they can liberate their kid, and then only they will know how decision making is very important for the kid. So instead of instructing, do this and do that, ask them. This is one powerful technique. Okay, like ask them which dress you want to wear. Instead of telling, wear this dress, which dress you want to wear, you if you want to eat, which item you want to select, which dish you want to select, and why. Is it healthy or not? Just ask them question, provoke their thought process. That is enough. So we will help them take their decision on their own. This is a practice, very small things we can practice. And when they are into their adulthood, okay, they know whether to stay in or leave the company and take their own decisions. So they won't cling to someone else's ideologies. They won't look into any other things. They just skip and do a wonderful breakthrough in their life when they are good at making decisions. So we as a parents, and I am also a part of this kids community. I myself, I'm trying to help most of the parents through psychoeducation, and I will be doing the best throughout my life. Thanks for such a place, giving me such a stage to express what and all I feel. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wonderful,
Thank you for
wonderful session.
joining us and
Yeah.
enlightening us with everything related to teenage, tweenage. Okay, guys, it
Yes.
is for parents of 6 to 12 year old. This is the session aimed today. So thank you for joining us, and we'll get back to you with more such lives.
Yeah. Thank you so much to each everyone who participated. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we are done. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.